Welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you today. This is for Aries suns and those with strong or significant Arian placements in their charts. All right, for those of you not familiar with me or the channel, please be aware I've got no filter. I do not sugarcoat my messages. So if that is not your thing, right? If you got kids around, don't appreciate those kinds of messages. I'm always very respectful of that. I give you the opportunity to sign off now. I'm a raw and real reader. I'm a Sag. I know anything can come out of my mouth. All right? So now's your time if you want to sign off. Otherwise, we are getting into this message for Aries. So, Spirit, please, for September, Aries and Arian energy. Aries and Arian energy. What is going on for September for Aries and those with significant Arian energies? What is going on with Aries and Arian energy? What is going on? The Sun or Knight of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. The Fool. And the Six of Wands. $206 might be significant for you. We've got the Three of Cups on the bottom and the Three of Swords on top. I think someone else might have gotten this exact top and bottom. Might have been Libra, which is your sister sign or your polar opposite, right? Might want to watch that. I believe the title was Wow. Wow. So, Aries. Consciously, I think you're very aware of what hurts. I think you're very aware. And I think everything in it, everything in you is trying to wrap it up. Like you've taken the swords out of your heart, right? Because the Three of Swords in Rider-Waite typically shows the three swords stabbed through the heart. You've taken the swords out and have wrapped them up. You're very well aware that they hurt. Thinking about it hurts, right? And I think you're working on wrapping it up. I think you know that that pain is not going to serve you moving forward. The pain doesn't make you a better person for anyone. Who matters now, right? This Three of Cups, this joy energy, who you're getting pings about, who you feel free with, right? Who you know intuitively know is helping you heal and become light inside your darkness, right? You have these kindred spirits with you, kin and soul, who bring a lot of joy into your life. Three little birds, right? The Son of Pentacles, I think that there's a good chance that you're being overly cautious of your actions with a fear of that past pain, right? You're trying to balance or manifest this ideal that you have about your reality to becoming your reality. Thing is, trying is a bullshit word, right? You either do or you don't. There is no try. It's Yoda. There is no try. You either be better and do better and improve to better, or you don't. You either let the pain drive you, or you let the love drive you. You let the past drive you, or you let the dream of the future that you're holding, your ideal, drive you. Two of Pentacles. If you want to transform your reality, then you got to trust the ideal. You got to focus on the future and what's best for your future, not about what's making up for the past. It's about what's ideal in the future, not about making up for the past or correcting the past, right? Or wishing the past was different. If you're on that alignment, focused on the past, then you got a problem. This is about focusing on the future and what you could do now to build and create towards that future with letting the past go. Wrapping it up, truly, and letting it go. The Fool, that type of energy, letting the past go and taking a leap forward on the future, to building that future and being great in the now. Fuck the past. It's done. It can't be undone. It's over. What's done is done. But what will be done is up to you now. What will be created is up to you now. That leap of faith, knowing that, leads to victory. That's the transformation. That's the butterfly in the mind, the ideal, becoming manifest in the reality. When you let the past go and stop acting from a past place, past pain, you actually allow the ideal in your mind to come into the reality and exist. You don't have to make up for the past or correct the past or fix the past or undo the past. Fuck the past. Fuck the past. It ain't serving nobody now. The pain isn't. The pain didn't serve you at all. Enough to take it forward with you. The pain in the past, you realize that shit hurt. Being that way caused pain. Acting that way caused pain. Talking to so-and-so that way caused pain. Can't do that again. Can't act like that again. Can't behave like that again. Can't be like that again. Can't talk like that again. It causes pain. When I do that and say that shit to the people I love, it causes pain. And if you're trying to make up for that by feeling guilty or whatever, that person in the past hurt me, I'm going to stay angry. I didn't do good enough in the past, I got to make up for it now. Fuck focusing on the past where the pain is. What you focus on is what you manifest. The inner reflects in the outer. The inner reflects in the outer. What you think about, you bring about. If you're thinking about the pain in the past, you're going to bring about the pain in your present. And you're just going to be in some future place one day looking back at this now present moment and how much pain you had in the past. This is not about focusing on the problems that were, or even the problems that are. This is about focusing on the solutions now, so that there's no problems later. You gotta take a leap of faith and fly. Aries. Leap of faith and fly. This is a brand new beginner's mind version of you. You cannot take the pain of the past forward with you. It's going to be difficult enough for this fresh, young little bird to fly for the first time. Chances are it might just hit the ground. What if this little bird had a baggage of bullshit from its past on its back? Oh, it definitely ain't gonna fly then, and it sure as shit is gonna get squashed underneath the weight of it when it hits the ground. You can't start a new beginning fresh in the world if the pain of your past is on your back and smashing shit, breaking you, taking the joy out of the reality that you're living. It's just 11/11. That's important, Aries. It's important that you're not making up for the past or trying to correct the past or trying to do better than someone in your past. You don't have to try to do that. You just do it. You just do better and feel good about it. You just do better now. You don't have to impress your pain on anybody. Because focusing on the pain and carrying it with you, you will always impress that pain on whoever you touch, because pain ripples pain. Hurt people hurt people. If you're carrying around that hurt and saying, this hurt is mine, I own it, it's my hurt, that pain is gonna ripple to everybody. People you can't stand and people you love alike. Energy does not distinguish between who is who and who not to give the pain to. If you're carrying pain, pain is what you give. You've got to heal that shit. Take that baggage off your back and put it the fuck down and leave it there. Move forward without it. Leap without it. You are more likely to fly. And if you don't succeed, you could try again. At least you ain't smashed under the weight of your bullshit and can't get up. What's the guidance, Spirit? What card above all others for Aries, Arian energy? Pandora's gift. Taking off the mask and seeing the light underneath. You got a beautiful heart, Aries. You don't got to make up for the past. You got to make the future. Pandora's gift. There is a mythic woman, much maligned throughout history, whose name means all gifted. Pandora lives within us as our curious nature, yearning to conquer chaos, evil, and darkness with the light of knowledge. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions and, in doing so, triggers the process that brings the answers. Sometimes it is through uncomfortable learning that we find our treasure. Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can take us to places that seem like the end of our world, and yet all is not lost. Even now, the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventure. Pandora is all gifted and all giving. Her presence invites you to forego your belief in judgment, that you are to be judged. It asks you to forego your belief in judgment, that you are judged. Now is the time to surrender the misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or another, some terrible happening. Did I not talk about this? Now is the time to surrender the misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or another, some terrible happening. It is time to let go of the shame-based belief in punishment. This is a belief that you deserve to be brought to task over any perceived imperfection, or that your natural human journey somehow renders you inadequate. Pandora frees the soul from such torment. This is her gift. The human journey necessarily involves learning through experience. There is no shame in your learning process. Pandora's presence is the sign of a new time, a time to swap the notion of inherent shame for the acceptance of inherent divinity. From this moment on, how unstoppable you shall become. Sacred rebellion is happening within your soul as a powerful uprising towards liberation. You are breaking free from the weighty criticisms of the world, from the power games that bore you senseless, and from the insanity of sacrilegious priorities in this world. Dare to disobey anything and everything that is not divine. Pandora is the leader of your soul revolution. She defies the vicious judgments of history and all that has been said about her. She shrugs off misery, despair, and the weight of the world to recognize that she is the bearer of the true and beautiful light of peace, comfort, hope, and reassurance. With her oracle comes the realization that you too are a divinely defiant believer in hope, who shall cast off the works of anyone who would seek to torment you, yourself included. I told you, this is not about the past. This is not about carrying that baggage with you. This is about what happens when you let it go. This is when you learn to fly. This is when you learn to be unafraid. That you're not being judged. You're doing your absolute best. Because you have a future in mind. You have a particular vision of your future in mind. And the pain of the past ain't going to create it. Not consciously, not subconsciously, not unconsciously. So don't focus on it. Don't let it control you. Don't let it creep up out the shadows and remind you it's there. Tell your pain to fuck off. It can't control you anymore. It can't guide your choices anymore. You don't have to make up for any quote-unquote mistake. That was your learning process, your healing process. You don't have to be ashamed of yourself for making mistakes. We're all fucking human. We all make mistakes. We don't have to repeat them. we can learn from our mistakes and not repeat them. Maybe your father was absent. Maybe you lacked guidance. And now maybe as a parent, you're a hard ass and over guiding your children. And you realize that you and your children are at an impasse and you're pushing them away. Because it's overbearing. It's too militant. It's okay. You were acting from a place of pain. You were afraid that you wouldn't be there enough for your kids because your dad wasn't there enough for you. Maybe you felt like you had to make up for all the shit that you never got. And you realized it's not keeping your children any closer to you than you are to your father. You made a mistake. It's okay. No one's judging you. What can you do now? Can you respect your kids and give them a little more breathing room? Can you let them come to you for guidance and advice when they feel they need it, instead of just giving it unsolicited? Can you allow them to not be perfect? It's okay. Can you allow them to learn? Will they appreciate that? Probably. Will it let things heal? Probably. You understand? That can be applied to everything. Stop feeling guilty that you're not enough. Stop. You got no reason to feel bad. You're learning. And they're learning. Because now you're going to give them two examples, right? Something that worked and something that didn't. And now that they've seen what didn't work and felt that, and now you're showing them what does work and they're feeling that, they'll take that experience on for their kids. Use that metaphor however it fits for you in your life. Whatever the guilt is. Whatever you judge yourself for. Stop judging yourself. Just be a person, a version of yourself now that feels really good about being who they are. You don't have to make up for anything. You just have to create what you want. Love in your heart. Love driving. Don't let the pain drive. It crashes. Pain crashes. Like the bird with the baggage on its back trying to fly. It crashes terribly. When love drives, you can take flight. You might fumble around and get your footing. You get to try again. It's fine. I hope that helps, Aries. I hope that helps. Because you don't need to take the pain with you. You've got a lot of joy right in front of you. 3 little birds. Don't worry about the past. It doesn't have any weight on you. All right? Till next time, guys. Divine Rebel Racey signing out. Remember always, love each other. Most importantly, love yourselves. Bye, everybody.